Welcome. Sorry about that. I was turning off the background noise. Uh, Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, chat managers, for your help. I appreciate it. I was looking at what Patricia Efferson wrote. Hi, Patricia. Lorado Shivenzi. Everyone. Today is Wednesday already. The week is going by fast. Well, according to me, anyway. I went to do the eye doctor. Everything went well. Keep my fingers crossed. Okay. I don't know how many of you were watching the Epstein victims. Oh my God. And that's one thing, okay? I don't know how many of you heard what Trump said. A reporter, it seems like he's giving some, another one of his shows in the Oval Office. And he said that it's a Democratic hoax. Yep, the whole Epstein thing is a Democratic hoax. You have all these women recounting, testifying, how they were victimized. One of them was 14. 1-4. But anyway, for him to say it's a hoax, my friend, I have a prediction for him. This is not going away. Like I said from the beginning, it has legs, and that's one of the anchors that are going to sink his boat. Yeah, that's my prediction. And also, I might as well segue into the first topic. Trump distractions. There are a number of things that are going on. As we know, the economy is tanking. Tariff is killing everybody with inflation and everything. Things are very expensive. He knows people around him are freaking out, but they don't know what to do. I'm sure some of you heard that he killed 11 people on international water. Supposedly, they were carrying drugs from Venezuela. And what I kept hearing, as I hear all those things that Trump is doing, I missed one. He wants to invade Chicago next, okay, is what Wolf, the author, said Epstein told him, that Trump has no scruples. Everything he's doing is so that he can have his way. In fact, did you hear also one thing he said? He's blaming, accusing Xi, Putin, and Kim Jong-un of trying to turn everyone against America, something to that effect. It's never his fault. He's a failure. But it's someone else's fault. By the way, do you guys remember I told you he had a TIA? I know yesterday some of you asked me, can I talk about it today? Yes. I didn't think I was wrong, but I don't know if it's a miracle. This morning, I stumbled on a video a doctor released about the different types of ailments. TIA is one of them. He can recover from in this short period of time. I mean, as we know, he has the best health care. They know what his health challenges are. So they have people around. The doctor didn't say that intuitively. That's what I feel. I'm saying to you what I feel. What the doctor said, there's a very good chance he had a mild TIA. Okay? That left, probably didn't leave too much. There isn't anything visible that we can see to say, let's say, for example, one of his sides becoming unusable. Okay, I drooping eyes, lips, all those type of things that could result of a, an episode of a TIA. He said it's a mild TIA, but intuitively I feel it's because he has people around him because they know. Remember, guys, yesterday I said the reason why these people were complaining, why is the White House barricaded? I said there were two reasons for that. And also Walter Reed as well. Thank you very much, Uni Andrews, for your generosity and the super chat. I appreciate it. Uni says, thank you, Milou, for all you do. You are very welcome. My pleasure. Let me make sure I'm sorry. I couldn't see it. I'm getting new glasses too, by the way. Okay. So, don't be distracted. Those of you who have been with me for a long time, you will probably remember, I'm sure some of you will remember I said last time he was in the White House, and when he was running again for president, I said, this guy is going to have major issues. Don't believe the hype, the facade he was putting forth, and he can deceive you. In fact, Woody Allen, I just, again, under a short video, it's not a short video, but I searched for location where he was talking about Trump. So to me, it was short because I kept on scrolling forward. He said Trump is a very good actor. He was convincing. And that's what we are watching. When he goes on TV, they give him, medication that will, first of all, alleviate his pain, because it feels like to me he has leg pain, okay, among other discomfort. There is a breathing issue as well. And if you watch yesterday, I know he's had that for a long time. They said it's because of drug use, cocaine. I don't know. But if you look at, I didn't look at the whole news conference. I only watched pieces of it. But he kept on, inhaling, like trying to get enough oxygen in, okay? So I feel he has that issue as well. The notion that he wasn't sick, he was simply tired, that's not true. It's more than that. And let's see what happens. I feel like saying within the next 4 to 6 weeks, there is potential for another episode. It can be sooner, okay? Or it can be later too, because I can confuse time. And do you guys remember I told you a while back, I said there is going to be a time we may not see him. I don't remember what the context was, but it had to do with how he gets into people's faces, okay? Every day it's a news conference. And also right now, I don't know how many of you have seen this. Thank you very much, CC, for your generosity and the super chat. Milou, thank you for what you do. You're very welcome. I don't know how many of you saw, I don't know if it was the same news conference or later. Now he's using a hat, one of his MAGA hats. Okay, he has his left hand covering his right hand, so you don't see the bruises. And the way he has it, it's difficult to see from where the cameras are, the angles. Okay, he covers his right hand with the left, and there's a hat in front you can't see. So everything in Trump's life is a ruse. There's a lot of skeleton. He's trying to push and keep him into the closet. Yeah, and that's why he's afraid of those ladies coming out, recounting what Epstein did to them. And he's terrified that somebody may come out and recount what he did to them. But my friends, hang in there, okay? The notion that he wasn't sick, everything is well, is not true. In fact, they're trying to convince us he's in great health. His ankle is about to bust open. he's in great health. No. Let's see what happens. He's not in great health, obviously. And I said that 7 years ago he was going to have a heart issue. And that's what we're seeing unfolding. It's a matter of time. The next topic is his family. As we know, they are enriching themselves using Bitcoin. Intuitively, I feel this venture is going to enrage a lot of investors. I am not sure. I've never really tried to understand how crypto works, because to me it's a scam, and that's what they are doing. They're very good at it. That thing is going to lose money. A lot of investors are going to lose money. However that works, I don't know. And it's going to cause major headaches for the Trump family. It feels like to me, I would be surprised if all those endeavors, all those initiatives that they have to make money, they don't fall like dominoes, one after one another in the coming couple of years. And yes, just like they dragged Hunter Biden in front of Congress, what they are doing is a lot worse. Hunter Biden created art and he was selling them. But those guys, it's crazy. $5 billion. It's going to come back to bite. That's my prediction. And it doesn't matter what they do. Just like that young kid, oh boy, that's not good. Whenever I'm reading for somebody, I am showing someone who failed. It's a problem. That means that's where they are going. But if they showed me someone who succeeded, then they're going to do fine. Intuitively, I felt they were going to fail. And as I am saying this to you guys, do you remember that? I don't remember his name. He has dark hair. He's very young. And all the big people in Congress, Altman, I think his name is Altman, something like that. He was like a little genius. Okay, that's how they were treating him. But he was conning everybody. And he lost a ton of money. I'm not saying this is the same thing that's, the Trump initiative is going to fall or collapse the same way as, I think it's Sam Altman. I think that's his name. Does anybody remember? Does anybody know who I'm talking about? I'm sure some of you do. I think it's Sam Altman. Because I haven't seen him or heard about him in a long time. But that's who I'm being shown as I am talking about the Trump initiative, that $5 billion dinosaur that they have. Watch that space. That thing is going to come back to bite, among other things. Okay? And as I'm saying this, I still feel Vance will be the next president in the not too distant future. I'm not going to tell you, it's going to happen in March 1st, 2026. I'm not sure. I'm not going to tell you something I'm not sure about. But don't believe the hype. That facade you're seeing him sitting behind a desk, anybody can do that. You can even carry unless it's written. And I'm not bashing, anyone who's following a script if it's written for you. Yesterday, if you noticed, he didn't do anything, like he usually does. Not that he ever does it well, but everything was written down for him. It seems like to me because he was reading it. Okay. I still feel the reason why I went back to that topic is because I'm being shown Vance, and it feels like to me, if the Trump initiative, that crypto stuff, when it collapses, Vance is not going to be much help to them. He's not going to put himself or risk his presidency to save them. That's the way I am getting it. That's why he's being shown to me. But that thing is going to collapse. That's my prediction. And, I spoke about the Epstein file. It's going to be released. I had to start with it because I just finished watching the ladies recounting the stories. We are reaching a point, and Trump, given the wrong answer this morning, it's a hoax. My guy was on his case before, it's going to get worse. And intuitively, you know what I feel is happening? Because of the way they are handling this whole situation, intuitively, I feel they are putting themselves in a situation where they won't have a choice. This thing is going to have to be released. They're going to try to, put a sleight of hand, try to delete stuff. It's not going to work. It's going to make things worse. But my prediction is we're going to get to see it. It may take a little time, but it's coming. And even Mike Johnson, who's defending Trump, he's going to find himself, if he's not careful, enough information is going to come out. Mike Johnson may find himself in a situation he's no longer speaker. He's going to lose his speakership if he's not careful over this. They don't like him to begin with. Republicans in Congress, they feel, obviously, the only reason why he's there is because of Trump. A lot of them resent that. And because they feel they have to toe the line, otherwise, these people, it's so bad, they even ignore their constituents. Or they are being told, don't talk to your constituents. Ignore them. Because of Trump, they are getting tired of it. They are getting very embarrassed. They don't know what to do. The reason why they're going to find their spine and stand up if care is not taken is because the public is going to be on the side of the victims. And MAGA is going to start demanding and turning against Trump. Yes, that's what's coming. And you're going to see all the, how quick things get done. That's my prediction, it's coming. I believe I mentioned this yesterday. I'm moving on to the next topic. Xi, Putin, and Kim. I am really sad about this. Really sad about this event because I have been very concerned. I believe I said that yesterday about this event. I don't know how many of you saw the parade. I mean, who cares? For all I care, all those weapons, are duds. Okay? But it's how the rest of the world is viewing this. I still think, I still feel intuitively we have a little space to maneuver, not to let Xi push us to the side, because I've been saying this, that's what he's been trying to do. Let me tell you, he's doing a very good job. Intuitively, I feel. What is going to serve us towards whenever we get back on our feet? I feel we will start with Vance ascending to the presidency. That's going to be the beginning. We won't fully get there until we have a Democratic president or somebody completely new and another Republican, not affiliated with anything MAGA. Things will change, but the next president is not going to be a Republican. I'm talking about after Vance. Okay? It's going to be a Democrat. And we'll finish what Vance started. Because the world is becoming more dangerous with those three leading it. And to whatever, that's what I feel. Because they are all dictators. They all demand that people follow their orders, just like Trump is trying to do in this country. He's not being very successful at it, although he's had some success. Okay, everyone is terrified. Even our Supreme Court, they look for ways to give him wins. But that too is going to change. And the same thing I just said a little while ago, the way they are behaving, they are putting everyone in a situation where they're going to have to stand up. And that's what he's doing to the Supreme Court as well. It feels like to me Robert is there now, Justice Robert. He said the other day, and some of you reminded me or posted his comment, it seems like some people are ignoring the law. Whose fault is that? Intuitively, I feel he's between a rock and a hard place right now, wondering all the cases that Trump are shooting up to the Supreme Court and expect them to give him a pass. He's going to have to follow the law because they've been beaten like crazy lately. And they're going to have to do what's right. But don't be surprised if they give Trump some wins. But to go back to what I was saying, these guys, the reason why I branched to that is because I was explaining using Trump how those guys operate, and Trump is trying to become like them. That's why I found myself talking about including the Supreme Court justices into the conversation. Those guys will fail. Xi, Putin, and Kim. Okay, and there is a reason the two of them bring Kim into the stage. Okay, it's like a threat. And I was reading a little while ago because Kim is a wild card, and from what I understand, she said something about other people who are threatening his country or something like that, not to mess with China, something to that effect. I mean, he's it's a free world. He's allowed to say whatever he wants to say. But it's again because they have no respect for Trump. And by the way, I've said this before, he has no respect for Putin either. None for Kim Jong-un. But he wants a show of force. He wants to scare people, just like Trump is trying to do in this country. Yeah. But it's not going to work. Yes, it's a nice parade, They all met. We want to lead the world. Just like Trump. They want to lead the world. Trump wants to lead this country, but they don't know how to go about doing it. And that's why Trump is going to fail, or he's failing as we speak. They want to impose their will on somebody, on everybody. And Trump is getting a lot of blowback. It's slow, building up, but it's happening. And if you notice something, how Trump is failing, did you hear the way he spoke yesterday? Instead of saying, he started saying he was going to Chicago on some date. All of a sudden, once the governor, the mayor, they started talking tough. Now, we're going in. But he didn't give a specific date. But also, he qualified why he's going to be there. It's going to be an immigration activity. It's because they are standing up to him. The Democratic governors who are standing up are doing it the right way. Pritzker is very good. He said the right thing yesterday. And the smart thing, he said, don't take the bait, because Trump wants any little thing to declare an emergency and create a situation where he can bring in the military. Maybe it's because of what I am seeing, I'm a little biased towards make him do it. And to believe that's what I feel like saying. They should make him do it, because that's what's going to blow up in his face. But I do agree with Pritzker. The smart thing to do is what he said. I'm being honest with you as an intuitive, because the reason why I said, and I've said it before, make Trump do it, bring in the military, is because they would turn on him. They already don't appreciate the way he treats them, just like Xi and company treat their people. So he's trying to do the same thing to us. It's not going to work. But Pritzker did the right thing. Don't take the bait. It saved a lot of lives, because, I still think, and the reason why I'm saying this, Trump is following Project 2025. Stephen Miller and Vought, they will not stop, and they are willing to do anything to get their way. That's why I said I would make him do it, meaning stand up to him and, and let him bring in the military. Because I know it's going to blow up in his face. The thing is, some people may die, and I agree with the governor for saying what he's saying. It's a smart thing to do. But sometimes the smart thing to do is usually, once in a while, is not the right approach. And situations like this, I hope I'm wrong, but watch. Trump is going to find any little excuse. It's not, he's complaining about 50 people got shot in Chicago this weekend. That's why he's going to go in as if, he's some general, who's going into battle. Even if somebody stabs someone else, he's going to do it. According to him this morning, DC is safe. You can walk anywhere. All of a sudden, and then 2 weeks, how long have they been there? Oh no, it's been 3 weeks. And he's ripping those poor soldiers off too. They don't get paid anything until after 30 days or 29 days, something like that. But my friends, don't believe the hype, don't believe the facade. It's going to implode. He can only keep this facade for so long. His illness, his approach, his tactics, they're all going to blow up in his face. They are failing already. Let's see what happens. But we will win. Democracy will win. That's my prediction. It may take a little longer. but we'll get there. Okay. Let's see if a couple of I think I got a couple of questions. Let me see. That's one thing I wanted to mention. Senator Mark Warner, the vice chair of the Intelligence Committee, says he was denied a meeting with Korea intelligence workers because Laura Loomer objected. Can you imagine this guy? I wanted to mention this. Two things I wanted to mention. This situation, okay, to show you how corrupt and inept this whole regime is. And also another abuse of power, another example of Trump's abuse of power. I don't know how many of you watch on MSNBC a young girl. She's about maybe 15, I don't know, 15, 16. She's in high school. Her name is Nori Sante Ramos. She was deported back to her country of origin. I don't know if it's Venezuela or where. And she's in fear of her life. An MSNBC reporter interviewed her, it seems like before she left, before she was deported, and he went to Venezuela to talk to her as well. I mean, you can't win that when you have young people like this. She's very smart, gifted, and you're deporting them, you're getting rid of them. It's crazy. But I wanted to mention that because I think it's a sad story. It's a great story to tell. Hi, Kenneth Billingsley. I am 52K. I didn't check. Thank you for letting me know. Okay, I'm looking for questions. Marilyn says, you already had his parade. No, he was thinking about having another one. In fact, I mean, it's heck shit. That's trying to give him another parade. From what I understand, the Navy, since the last one, his first parade was a flop, they were thinking of doing another one for him. The Navy wanted to do one for him. That wasn't the news. I don't know what the status is, but hey, why not? Whitney Mohauser said, I heard about it, Milou. U.S. was extremely arrogant about its power and threat other countries like garbage. Oh, yes. Well, basically, it's Trump. That's what Trump does. I mean, we've made mistakes as well, but the way Trump is going about with this tariffs thing, and everyone knows he's a liar. And that's why the world is laughing at us now. I'm wondering if MAGA is even aware of how the world is laughing in the face of their leader, their dear leader. It's crazy. Okay. Mary said that conference from yesterday looked totally off. Trump was 45 minutes off. Really? You see a podium and then a bunch of people, yet you did not see people walking into the room. Seemed pre-recorded. I don't think it was pre-recorded. Maybe. But I don't think it was pre-recorded. That's what I did not see him walk into the room. That's a very good observation. I don't know if they were all standing there to begin with. And there is a reason for that. Because, like I said, intuitively, I feel he has, even when we see him walk, okay, he's taking pain medication. And you can tell by the way he walks. And I mean, your feet are swollen. It doesn't take a psychic or a doctor to know these things has to be painful, or at least a challenge to walk, uncomfortable. So, okay, I'm looking. There was something. Carmen Donati says there was something wrong in his gaze. and purple lips. My observation. Oh, I didn't pay attention to his lips. The minute I looked at him, I wanted to take a look at him physically. I didn't feel he was, I didn't feel like he took it, some time off, because he went to Alaska, among other things, he was doing, so he took a break for a couple of days. It's 7 days. No, something else was wrong. That's what I was picking up. I don't like to speak until I am sure, there are things that I would just blur it out. But something like that, for me to come here and tell you guys, I want to make sure, because I don't want to be wrong. I'm not God, but I try to do the best I can and be honest about this, because, oh boy. Okay. I think Celtic Sia says, when will Eggshade get his marching orders? Intuitively, I feel Eggshade would have had his marching orders a while back. It's because they don't have somebody to replace him, and he's playing the game the way he should play it. He's basically manipulating Trump in order for him to stay in the job. Okay, and Trump can't find anybody to work for him. As if you guys pay attention, every single, most people in his cabinet are in charge. Thank you very much, Raslin Joseph, for generosity and the super chat. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. 50. Thank you. Yes. Intuitively, I feel I lost track of what I was saying. Thank you, Raslin. The thing is, let me see if I can go back to where I was. I was so surprised. That's why I was shocked. But anyway, somebody mentioned something. I answered somebody's questions. That's why it has to do with Trump's health. Della Jean says, will Bundy develop a conscience? What will transfer today? If you're talking about the Epstein file, not today, because some fights are going on. But it's not a matter of an hour late. Oh, my God. Oh, I was talking about the Eggshade. Yeah. Thank you for posting that, Teresa Baltazar. Yes. I was talking about the Eggshade. I'll go back to it in a minute. Now, Bundy, it's not a question of a conscience. Okay? Have you guys, like at work, your manager asks you to do something. It's not because you want to do it, but you got to follow orders. And there is something I said over a year ago. I said to everybody, dictators, okay, they surround themselves with incompetent people. And I told you guys a long time ago, if Trump were to become president, what he would do. If you go to my old videos, January, February, March of 2024, in fact, some of you used to say I was scaring them. Okay? I describe exactly what Trump is doing right now. Bundy would never be AG of this country. Among others, the only person I feel is qualified because he was a senator and basically he was doing some of the job that he's doing right now. But most of the people around Trump, they are there because they execute what he wants them to do. And that's what Bundy is doing. And she wants the job more than anything else. So she has to eat and do crap. Sorry. So that's what's going on with Bundy. As far as Eggshade, the same thing. Who would ever pick a Fox News reporter to be the head of DOJ, not DOJ, DOD at the Pentagon? Are you kidding me? So he knows also You know, a lot of people around Trump, they know how to manipulate him. And then, you know, who you know, Stephen Miller and other people, they hear, they connect with people, they try to figure out and understand, okay, how do we handle Trump? The first thing you do when you get any job, if you're facing a difficult job, a difficult boss, okay, everyone knows how to get around that boss, whether it's a man or a woman, and what to do to stay in the good graces of the boss. And that's what Eggshit and a whole bunch of other people do in order for them to keep their jobs. That's what Bundy is doing. That's what Eggshit is doing, a whole bunch of other ones. I mean, and there is a report out. I believe if you go to the MSN website, you will see it. Okay. They're saying that the only reason why Trump doesn't like what's happening at the CDC, but he's afraid or doesn't want to fire RFK because RFK helped him get elected. So he has a debt towards RFK. But it's not because RFK is doing a good job. The reason why RFK is still around is because, you know, Trump doesn't want to fire him. First of all, is he going to find somebody else? Number two, RFK has something, according to reports, and to whatever I feel, he wanted RFK there. If you notice, people, the head of cabinets, they don't, for example, the lady who's at the head of the education department wanted to dismantle it to begin with. RFK is anti-vaccine, all kinds of stuff. So he puts them there, okay? And that's what RFK wanted, from what I understand. Bundy and company, they're Trump lawyers, and they are willingly doing it. But if you watch all the people he put on all those things, it's because those people wanted to destroy those agencies where he placed them, okay? But these people are stupid enough, they don't think. There is a tomorrow. There is going to be another president. There is going to be a Democratic administration. They will all be called on the carpet. And some of them will have major legal issues. And I said a long time ago, Trump will go to prison. He's going to drag a whole bunch of people with him. He did. There are going to be more. That's my prediction. So friends, hang in there. But that's why he hasn't. The reason why he hasn't fired Eggshit is because Eggshit knows how to manipulate him, and he can't find someone else. People won't take the job. They don't want to work for him. Okay. Sean DePriest said, my brother, one of my brothers. Sean DePriest said, hi Milou, will Stephen Miller go to jail? Anything? Yeah. Oh, that's my brother. Let me call you back. Yes, Stephen Miller is going to pay. There is a payback coming for Stephen Miller. Sean, hang in there. Trust me. Please, everyone, hit the like button. I think this is it, friend. Thank you very much, everyone, for your support and for spending time with me. Thank you, Chat Managers, for your help. Whenever one of my brothers and sisters call me, I'm like, okay, what's wrong? Thank you, Chat Managers, for your help. If anyone would like a reading from me, the link to my website is below the video, psychicmilou.com. Or please feel free to call me or text me on my YouTube number. We can negotiate a time. That's good to talk. If you like the channel, I'm still trying to reach 1 million. Okay? Please subscribe. And also tell others about the channel. I would appreciate it. Please give me a thumbs up. That would help me a lot. And also don't forget to tap on the notification bell when you subscribe. I will see you all tomorrow. I'm going to call my brother and find out what's going on because he knows this is my streaming hour. Bye.